Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Streamable Horror. Today we're going to be looking at The Blob, which is available on HBO Max, which came out in 1958. The Blob is about an alien crashing into a small town in Pennsylvania. This alien is known for consuming people, and as soon as it consumes people, it starts to take on a reddish color, and the more people it consumes, the bigger it gets. And eventually gets big enough to basically eat the entire city, and if it kept going, it could eat the entire world. So it's actually kind of a good plot. It scared me when I was younger. It's a very cheesy 50s sci-fi movie, but it's just a fun movie. The plot is a lot like a lot of those 50s horror films, sci-fi, and it's not very unique, but it's one of the first ever films to do cosmic horror, but it's more of just the fear of the unknown is what the movie is basically about. And let's get on to the violence and gore. This film's violence and gore isn't too bad. I mean, it's a 50s horror film, so of course it's not going to be very scary, and it's also not going to be very gory. So the gore is very toned down due to the laws that were in place at the time, and it definitely deserves its PG rating. The violence, the only gore you really see is the Blob's killer, which is red, and so that's really all you're gonna get for the violence and gore department. Most of the stuff is off screen, but it's all basically implied. Not much is on screen, so yeah. There's not really much to talk about here, because it's a 50s movie. They couldn't have that much in the back then, so let's just move on to the next part. This film is kind of effective actually for a 50s horror film. What is shown is actually kind of terrifying, and if you have a lot of imagination, this horror film is actually pretty creepy. It plays off your imagination because of the fear of the unknown. It's one of the first films to do cosmic horror, and it did it actually pretty good. I would say the remake is actually better, but for the time that this film is actually pretty effective, because like the shots of it going under doors and stuff, it preys on the fear that you cannot escape it. It's literally you cannot hide anywhere. So yeah, let's get on to the next part, which would be my final thoughts. For my final thoughts, I would say that this is probably one of the best 50s horror films out there. It does sci-fi extremely well. It's one of the first to do cosmic horror, and it does that extremely well as well. And for something that's literally just a big pile of goo, it's actually pretty intimidating. The idea of being melted alive always just scared me, and so this movie preys on that fear pretty well, although the 80s film does do it better. It is a bit cheesy, because it is from the 50s. And there is not much to it. It's extremely short. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long. And what is in here, like the theater scene and stuff, is some of the best of classic horror. So you're expecting some of the best of classic horror. If you like 50s horror films, this is one of the best. So for my final thing, I'm going to say I recommend this movie totally. It is one of the best 50s horror films out there. So I will see you guys next week, and have fun. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for more amazing content.